Are you sensitive to picking up energy from the environment? Do you feel what other people are feeling very easily? Do you consider yourself a highly sensitive person? This video is for you. You are energy. You have intuitive hunches all the time. And this means you are like this radar system of energy, reaching out and sensing and picking things up energetically. And part of what happens is that there can be waves of energy moving in and out from our environment that we can sense, we can feel. I'm not talking about a cognitive understanding. I'm talking about your sensitivity, your intuition, your energetic communication. And every single soul on this planet is picking things up. We might explain it different ways, we might downplay it, but the truth is, your feelings are powerful. Now, do you ever feel that you are picking up pressure that's not yours, that actually serves you in a more negative way than a positive way? I want to speak to you today and share with you some tools that can really help you navigate the energies that you're picking up and actually thrive with it. Flow with the energy of what's coming into planet Earth instead of struggling against it. Now, some of you may start to think I'm talking about astrology, and I'm not talking about astrology, although I think that's a great tool and it's helped me from time to time for sure. But what I'm actually talking about today is energies that move in on a bigger picture level. By the way, if you're new to me, my name is Melissa Kitto. I'm the founder of the Spirit Guided Life School. I have over 20 years experience facilitating classes, workshops, retreats, online courses on giving people spiritual tools to develop their intuition, to trust themselves, and to live their unique life purpose. So if you'd like to know more about the services and classes that I offer, you can check it out at communicatewithangels.com. So if you think about weather patterns, right? Now we have technology and we can see when patterns of weather are moving in. And so you know, okay, it's probably going to rain tonight. This is similar to the tool that I am talking about. Or maybe it's not similar, but it's a good analogy for it. And the tool that I'm talking about is called La Familia Nuestra calendars. Imagine if you could actually have a calendar on your wall that told you the energy for the day and gave you energies that are coming in advance so you can prepare for them. Instead of a feeling of flowing against the stream, right? Have you ever been walking through a river or an ocean with a very strong current and tried to walk against it? Not fun, right? You sometimes even get knocked over if it's the ocean. So instead of this feeling that you might have in your life of hitting your head against a brick wall, I'm trying to make things happen and it's just not flowing. Why is the universe against me? If you've ever had those kind of feelings, you're probably working against the natural flow of energy that's happening in the environment. Now we have our personal flow as well. You have a unique life purpose, you have a path, you have a unique timing, and that is your flow of energy. But every single one of us is also interacting with the flow of energies on the bigger picture, the energies that are moving in and out of planet Earth. Just like the weather patterns move in and out, we can see them coming and we can plan for them, right? So it's raining tonight. I'm going to bring my umbrella. It's going to be really, really hot today, so I'm going to put on some sunscreen. This is the same way that the La Familia Nuestra calendar is actually going to help you to prepare for energies that are moving in and out. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the calendar so that you can see what I'm talking about today. All right, so this is an example of the energy calendar for August of 2025. Now, by the way, the the strange things you see are there. This is actually a scan of a paper one that I've had up on my wall. So these are like push pin marks. So I use it often. So if you did decide to enroll in it, obviously it's not going to have those marks on it. But the first thing I want to draw your attention to is the colors of the days here. Okay. So each of these colors is representing one of the seven universal energy bands. And these are kind of themes of energy that move in and out. Sometimes they're for just one day, sometimes they're for a lengthy time, like this direction one was 5 days. Sometimes I've even seen some for 7 days. It's different at different times. So, for example, direction. If it's a day of direction energy, it's really conducive to planning, setting your goals, preparing for what's coming next. And this is what happens to me sometimes in direction energy. I start thinking about the future more. I start thinking about what are the goals I want to set? Where am I going in the next few months? What do I want to plan for my business, for my social life? Um, that's the kind of energy that you're working with. Let's take a look at another example. So family energy, which was on the 9th and 10th of August. In family is actually the slowest energy of the seven different bands. So on that day, it might not be great to starting new projects. It's more conducive to really connecting with people on a deeper level. It doesn't have to be blood tied family, although it certainly could be, but it's going to be that feeling of kinship and family, united, coming together, really connecting with people. Ambition energy, that's actually one of my favorites. I'm a very ambitious person, so it flows naturally with who I am. On those days, you're going to maybe feel more inspired. You want to accomplish more. You're really driven and motivated to fulfill your goals, to implement your tasks, to reach for more, to feel excited about life. Now, if you want to really flow with these energies, it's good to know what they are. You're going to have that calendar on the wall available to you so you can see it and use it to work with. Because if you want to, so another energy is action, right? And regrouping. Let's see. So here's a regrouping day. Here's some action energy in August. So if I want to really accomplish a lot and clean out a closet and paint my walls, it's going to be much easier to do that on an action day than on a regrouping day. On a regrouping day, it's more a time of taking stock and evaluating. So if I try to clean out my closets on a regrouping day, I still could, but it's going to feel like hard work. Whereas on an action day, it's just going to flow and you're going to get so much done. You'll get twice as much done in a short amount of time on an action day, depending on what kind of project it is. Right? On a regrouping day, maybe I'm going to spend more time journaling. I'm going to spend more time working with my guidance. The other thing you'll see here is these stick figures. So what these stick figures represent is that there are pressures that can be coming into the environment. And they're going to be all around you. You'll notice people embodying these kind of personality types more than usual. You might even feel that way yourself. You can get hit by things. So I'm going to give you an example of one, which is kind of an interesting one, which is Great Guru here that came up on the 8th of August. Great Guru is kind of the embodiment of an ego trip, somebody who's a bit braggy, perhaps, who thinks they have the answers for everybody else. You know, that idea of I'm your guru, you should listen to me. So it's a little bit of control in there as well. If somebody has tendencies that way, it's going to really be exacerbated on great guru energy days, and you might be hit by that or affected by it, whether it by somebody else doing it or sometimes yourself. And so imagine if you could spend your a little time in the morning in your meditation or spiritual connection time and say, oh, okay, it's great guru today. So I'm going to be aware of ego trips, energies, and just prepare myself for that. How helpful could that be? You can avoid arguments with coworkers or conflicts or, things that come up with your loved ones. You can really have solutions ahead of time so that you don't get blindsided by energies. And I think for me, that's what can really affect me the most is when something hits me by surprise. It's a word that somebody says, it's a criticism, it's those little things, in psychology now they call it little traumas, but it really can affect us. And sometimes it's hard to shake that off, right? Depending on, whatever your blocks are, that's why it affects us. So, and the other thing I want to draw your attention to here is the key word, which is the theme for the month. So for October, it was zeal. So it was a time to have enthusiasm. Here's some other words that give you clues to go deeper with that word zeal if you want more suggestions, right? So real, connected, fervor, enthusiasm, gusto. Okay, that's the energy for August. So it's being very present, very enthusiastic, inspired. By tuning into that energy every day of August, you are again, thriving with that theme instead of swimming upstream. So if this is inspiring to you, I encourage you to check it out. If you have any questions about the calendars, email me at support@communicatewithangels.com. I know it's a bit of a learning curve at first. Probably when I'm throwing that up on the screen, you're like, what on earth is this? It's very confusing, and that's normal reaction. You're going to find, though, that with a little interpretation, it becomes really easy to know what it means, and it's a very powerful tool. So in the comment section below this video, I've put my link to the Wayshowers College, and I'm a Wayshowers College certified spiritual consultant and facilitator. Been working with that school of spiritual understanding for most of my life, nearly, goodness, how long has it been? 35 years. Oh my gosh, 35 years. So I have a lot of experience under my belt that I can share and answer your questions. If you decide that you want to invest in this tool for the new spiritual year, which begins September 1st of 2025 and goes through to August 31st of 2026. If you decide that you want to invest in that, I have my link below. I recommend level 2. You can also do level 1 to get started. Level 1 only has the energy bands. Level 2 adds the stick figures. Level 3 also adds additional symbols if you really want to go deep with it. The first 5 people who invest in the calendar through my link will get a free 30-minute private session with me. So you want to hop onto this quickly. In that 30 minutes together on Zoom video, we can talk about your goals. I can answer your questions about the calendar, and I can also give you some spiritual mentoring and intuitive guidance about your spiritual journey at this time. The other bonus that's happening is that everybody that invests in the calendar by Thursday, September 4th of 2025 will get a pre-recorded video training that I've created for you. And this guides you step by step into how to work with the calendars and answers your questions before you ask them, because I've been promoting these calendars and working with them myself for a good decade. So I know the kind of questions that people ask in advance. All right, so check out that link Email me if you have any more questions. And I'm really excited to hopefully see you on our 30-minute session that you'll get as a free bonus when you invest in your year-long subscription. Okay. The 30-minute sessions are not for the payment plan option, it's for the year-long subscription option. All right, I'll see you soon.